Hi, brothers and sisters. This morning I watched the All Employees Conference there for the people who work at BYU Idaho, and there was a one of the classes that was on having the Spirit as we teach and learn, as I teach and you learn. And that was such a beautiful experience. I am so grateful that my love for teaching and my love for the Savior can be melded together in this class. And I try to treat you as I think the Savior would. And I hope that I can do that and try to make it so that my job is to make you successful. So if there is anything that I can do to help you, I would love to do so. I mean, I can't write your papers for you, but I can do whatever I can do to make it so that you can be successful. And to start with this time, I am very impressed that many of you have really got it with the rhetorical analysis. Either you get it or you don't. And many of you, I can tell from the annotations that you put on the sample essays that you do understand the difference between a summary and a rhetorical analysis. So what you're going to be doing this week is working really hard on this rhetorical analysis. You're going to be writing an introduction and thesis that's going to be due the middle of the week, and then you're going to have your draft turned into first fruits before the end of the week. Now, let me emphasize the importance of doing these in a timely manner. I will be reading your introduction and your thesis. And now your introduction is going to talk about the exigence of your speech. You're going to talk about where they were, what they were doing. You can tell from the speech, from the analysis from Barbara Bush about what you're going to be writing about. Something along that line. Who's the audience? What's going on? Why is your speaker speaking? Maybe a little bit about him or her. So you're going to be talking about that. But the most important sentence, of course, is going to be the last sentence of that paragraph, which is going to be your thesis statement. And in that thesis statement, it's going to be very important that you are going to answer these questions that are here. What's the purpose of the speech? Is it to motivate? Is it to what is exactly what's the purpose? Most of them are graduation speeches, and so the purpose of them is to talk about people who are graduating. But still, was there a secondary purpose? Is there another reason that the person is writing the speech other than just to say, "Hey, you finished college, yay, yay"? And then, was the speech effective or not effective? That is very important that you say that. Was the speech effective or not effective? That's going to be your claim. Or it could be also somewhat effective, but somewhat ineffective. From the way you've been analyzing the speeches, I can see that some of you are going to say that because you thought that maybe some of those ones were not effective, you might be able to say something like that. Maybe it's somewhat or what. And this is very important that you have in that sentence. What rhetorical appeals or strategies did the speaker use to reach their audience? So that's going to show that, you're going to say something like, so-and-so, whoever it was that wrote the speech, was very effective or somewhat effective in speaking to the audience by using logos, pathos, ethos, rhetorical questions, comparison, contrast, humor, all those different worksheet things that you did on the worksheets. Use all of them. Use all of them. I can really tell that you're going to do well from those too. But that's what you're going to do, is use all of those by using these different things. And then you could have another sentences that would say, however, they would be more effective if they would have done such and such. Okay, so then we've got here the sample worksheet and the introduction, thesis, and worksheet. So all you have to do is just follow this pattern that will come up very slow. Or maybe it won't, because I'll get tired of waiting. But It'll come up for you if you wait long enough. Anyway, you're going to click on that. Okay. Okay, then, so that's going to be one of the main things that you're going to be doing this week. You also are going to learn a little bit more about plagiarism. Now, people are sometimes they think, well, this person said it so well, I'm going to quote them exactly lots and lots of times. But remember, only about 20% of your essay can be from the outside source. The rest of it needs to be your analysis and your thoughts. So that's what the plagiarism idea is. Okay, that you're going to look at the Turnitin report and work with that. Okay. And then and then you can you can tell what your Turnitin score is from your draft. So if it's above 20%, then what you're going to do is work on paraphrasing, work on summarizing, and put more of your analysis in and less of the quotations from the speech. And then you're going to work a little bit more about interpreting the sources. You've already learned how to integrate them, and you've done the 3 I's, but you're also going to read the part about interpreting them, which is tying them back to the idea that you are going to do. See, is that you're going to use, he uses parallelism. And then for example, he uses the different things here. And then it says, parallel structure helps to contrast the idea of a problem to be solved and a person to be loved, and helps the audience consider the weight of choosing one over the other. So you're going to say what this quotation, the first sentence of the topic sentence is going to be what the strategy that you're going to talk about. And then the next sentence is going to give you a quick definition of what that rhetorical strategy is. And then you're going to have the quotation, and then you're going to interpret this quotation. How does it contrast the idea of a problem to be solved and a person to be loved, and help the audience consider the weight of choosing one over the other? So you're going to have a topic sentence, definition, example, and interpretation. So that's what you're going to need to make sure you do when you write this. And it talks about some good verbs that you can use, like says, does, explains, argues, indicates, etc. So that's going to be working a lot on that. Let's see if I can get back to this without going all over the place. Yes. Okay. And then this will talk about the Turnitin thing, so you can check for that. And the quiz on the Turnitin. And then using the citations, this will tell you exactly how to do it. The basics of APA in-text citations tells you exactly what they are. I don't want to go 3 minutes. You can do that. You can do that. And so go over to make sure that you understand how to do the citations APA style. And you've got them just about, because whenever you did the last time. Make sure that you do the introduction things. And then you're going to be turning in your draft again in 2 places. You're going to be turning it into me, and you're going to be turning it into first fruits. Again, you need to make sure that you turn it into first fruits in a timely manner. Many of you did not turn it in a timely manner last time, and I gave you an extra day or 2 to do it. I don't think it would be a good idea for me to keep doing that, because you need to do it to work on it yourself. So you are going to turn in the draft to me, turn in the draft in the first fruits, and make sure that you turn it in on time. And many of you did just fine with that this last time, and many of you had a couple of problems, but you learned from them, and so you'll do just fine this time. Just make sure that you go on often after you turn it in. Then on Monday you will be able to get your you'll be able to review your first paper. After you turn that in, you'll be able to do the next. But if you wait till the last and try to do both of them, it's not going to happen, because you need to make sure that you turn them in on time. so that you will and that you do them on time, that you actually complete the reviews. And you did such good jobs, brothers and sisters. You really, many of you very thoughtfully talked to the people about this and gave some really good ideas of how they could do something better. I read many of them, not word for word, but I skimmed quite a few of them, and then and read some more extensively, and I was very, very impressed. So if you ever have questions, though, you can go to this resource page, and that will tell you exactly what to do, and what buttons to push, and when to expect things. And you can ask me if you have questions also, and I will probably look at that same guide and give you the same answer that they would have. So you're going to put them in. Get this, make sure that you understand. Okay. All right, so you are going to turn them in on February 16th before 12:59 a.m. Make sure you do that. Okay. All right, I think that takes care of it. I think that does. I did, though, want to go back to my my announcements and go over I make sure I did everything I wanted to. Okay, I think we did. President Eyring, I wanted to go over this. President Eyring discussed the importance of education in the early church. From the time of Joseph Smith to our own day, you can see evidence that conversion to the gospel of Jesus Christ brings a desire to learn, and I am sure many of you have found that to be true. Joseph Smith, as a very young man, translated the Book of Mormon from plates inscribed with a language no one on earth understood. He did it by the divine gift of revelation. But later, he hired a tutor to teach him and other leaders of the church ancient languages. He essentially had no formal schooling, yet the effect of the gospel on him was to make him want to learn so he could be more useful to God and God's children. So that's what you guys are doing. You are doing great by wanting to learn more, and the Lord will bless you as you continue to do so. Again, if I can help in any way, just let me know, okay? You guys have an awesome weekend.